Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today, a false alarm at a military hospital, new stats about illegal immigration, and the most valuable U.S. company for a moment. Those stories and many more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Wednesday, November 28th. You ready? Let's do this. A major mistake at Walter Reed Medical Center near Washington, D.C. NBC News reports many people, including the patients there, were told there was an active shooter. They were hiding and were likely terrified. There was even a massive police response and the area was put on lockdown. When really, it was all a false alarm. Now, keep in mind, this is a medical facility that treats wounded service members and veterans. So what caused the false alarm? Well, the U.S. Navy says someone was preparing for an upcoming drill and then basically sent out a mass notification without the words exercise or drill. They said it was an accident. The U.S. military says 3 American service members were killed in a roadside bomb in Afghanistan. The New York Times reports it's the worst loss of life for U.S. troops in the country this year. The Taliban claimed responsibility. Illegal immigration to the U.S. is down. A study by the Pew Research Center found the number of people living in the U.S. illegally has been going down steadily for about a decade. The most recent government data analyzed was in 2016. Pew put the number of undocumented immigrants in the U.S. at less than 11 million in 2016, down from a peak of more than 12 million in 2007. But the Wall Street Journal says other data seems to show the downward trend has continued over the last couple of years. And Pew also noticed another trend. While there are fewer undocumented Mexican migrants, there are actually more from Central America, where there's more violence and poverty now. And we've seen that more recently, as a group of about 5,000 Central American migrants are still camped out in Tijuana, near the U.S. border. Many hope to claim asylum in the U.S., which would provide them legal protection as a refugee. But for those on the waiting list, it could take months to even get the chance to apply. Now the AP reports Mexico is willing to house some of those migrants waiting, but hopes the Trump administration will help pay for projects and jobs in Central America. The goal would be to stop the flow of people wanting to leave in the first place. Negotiations continue. Mississippi voters have picked their next senator, and it's Republican Cindy Hyde-Smith. She won over Democrat Mike Espy in yesterday's runoff election. The runoff happened because neither candidate won a majority back on Election Day. Hyde-Smith is now the first female senator elected by Mississippi. Espy would have been the first black senator from the state. Remember, this close race had a lot of controversy surrounding her comments about going to a, quote, public hanging. Last night, she said she won because Mississippi knows her and her heart, and it's about conservative values. Christine Blasi Ford now says she'll donate money sent to her to support trauma survivors. Remember, Blasi Ford is the woman who testified against Brett Kavanaugh. She said he sexually assaulted her back in the 80s. Kavanaugh said not true and was ultimately confirmed as the newest Supreme Court justice. Blasi Ford said she first used the money from a GoFundMe page set up for her for a security detail. She said her family received death threats during the ordeal and had to move. But now she says she's closing that crowdfunding account and she'll give the rest of the money to organizations supporting trauma survivors. Today's episode is kept free to you thanks to Care Of, a monthly subscription vitamin service so you can get completely personalized vitamin and supplement packs delivered right to your door. The vitamins come in convenient daily packs with fun and inspiring quotes on each one of them. It's a great way to start the day for both your health and for your mood. It's also perfect for the person on the go. Really convenient. All you have to do to get started is take a fun online quiz about your health and your diet. In 5 minutes flat, you'll get recommendations personalized to your lifestyle and goals. I was super impressed with how easy the quiz was, yet how much I agreed with their recommendations. And yes, Care Of does offer vegan and vegetarian supplement options if you need that, as well as pre- and postnatal supplements. And I love this. A portion of every sale goes to the Good Plus Foundation, which provides pregnant women in need with valuable prenatal vitamins. And when you use the promo code Newsworthy, you get 25% off your first month. Just go to takecareof.com and enter the promo code Newsworthy. Again, that's takecareof.com and enter that code Newsworthy. Now back to the news. Microsoft briefly became the world's most valuable publicly traded company, overtaking Apple for a bit yesterday. The last time that happened was in 2010. CNN Business reports it was likely because of a combination of two things. Microsoft is now doing well focusing more on its business customers and things like cloud computing, while Apple's stock dropped when President Trump said he's thinking about adding tariffs on Apple's iPhones. That hasn't happened yet, though. And as of now, Apple is back on top, even though it's no longer beyond that $1 trillion mark. Remember, about 4 months ago, Apple was the first U.S. company to pass $1 trillion in market value. Lawmakers from 9 different countries grilled an executive from Facebook yesterday. They wanted to talk directly to CEO Mark Zuckerberg, but he said no thanks, and he's taking heat for it. The New York Times reports there was even an empty seat at the hearing labeled with Zuckerberg's name, just to make a point. Instead, officials grilled another Facebook exec for more than 3 hours and criticized the company's role in false news and privacy issues. The hearing was organized by a British committee investigating Facebook and misinformation. The British official who organized it has also said he has some internal Facebook documents that he plans to release. Facebook does not want those docs released. In fact, the documents are sealed in the U.S. as part of a lawsuit. We may learn more about them. Stay tuned. You could run your own e-scooter business with the help of the existing e-scooter company, Bird. Bird wants to sell its scooters to entrepreneurs and small businesses. So here's how TechCrunch reports it's set to work. Let's say the owner of a local bike rental shop wants to also rent out e-scooters. Well, the owner can buy Bird scooters, then rebrand them however the owner wants, and then have access to Bird's chargers and mechanics. In exchange, that shop would give Bird 20% of the cost of each ride. The new option is called Bird Platform. The guy who has created Spongebob Squarepants has passed away. CBS News reports Stephen Hillenburg was a marine biology teacher who drew sea sponges and stories as a teaching tool. Well, that became the inspiration for Spongebob Squarepants. Variety says Hillenburg then worked full-time on writing, producing, and directing the series, and later the 2 movies. Spongebob Squarepants also became a Broadway musical. Hillenburg had ALS. He was 57. Netflix is creating a new animated series based on the books of Roald Dahl. He's the well-known author who created iconic characters like Willy Wonka. Variety reports the new shows have the blessing of the author's family. Netflix says the animated series will have his spirit and tone, but extend even beyond his books. It's all part of a plan for Netflix to have more family-friendly content. And that's it for today. But before you go, I would love to know how to better serve you, the newsworthy listeners. We are close to the end of the year, and I am planning for 2019, so I want to know what you would love in the new year. Send me an Instagram DM at Erica Mandy News or email us through the contact form on thenewsworthy.com. For example, are you interested in paying for ad-free episodes? Or what other perks would you love to see? Would you enjoy meetups or online groups or something else? Let me know so I can make it happen. And remember, I always give you the option to read more about the news stories we talk about each day at thenewsworthy.com. Just click episodes from the homepage and find the date you're looking for. The Newsworthy is ready for you by 4 in the morning every weekday, so we'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.